This is the new Fender Standard series. This feels nice, like first impressions. There's a lovely finish on this. It's not a thick poly at all. It's quite a thin, almost doesn't feel like poly finish. It's very thin. It's really, really nice. And also the joins are pretty difficult to see on the front here. It's really subtle. This is the Laurel as well. Again, you know, you can obviously tell it's not rosewood, but it's really nice for Laurel. It's nice and dark. I think the quality with these, similar to the Tele, the quality of this fretboard is really, really nice. Rounded as well. It's got a satin feel to the back. Feels really nice in the hand. There's a couple of tool marks you can kind of see there. There's one on the edge and there, and it's a bit untidy in terms of it's a bit dirty. It does need a clean. And I'm surprised, again, with this, the weight of this is a lot better than the Tele. I haven't weighed it yet, but this sort of feels around the sort of 7 to 7.5 pound mark, which is great. So look at the headstock, you can sort of see that grain pattern. Overall though, guitar is really nice. Anyway, shall we hear some sounds and then we'll have a chat again later on in the video. Hey guys, hope you're all good. I just want to thank everyone who's subscribed and left comments recently. It's been awesome, and I've got quite a lot of subscribers recently, which is fantastic. I just wanted to say, if you do find the videos helpful and enjoy them, I really would appreciate you subscribing, because I've got a pretty low subscriber count. I'm trying to reach that 1,000 mark, so every little helps really, and it encourages me to keep making these videos. It do take me a couple of days to put together, so yeah, thanks. So this new standard series, we got a lot of negative press, I think, for this, but I played the Telly a little while ago now, and I did a video review on that. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I'll put a card up and a link to that. Yeah, I'm really impressed with them, I've got to say. The only real negative I had for the Telly was it was heavy. It was £9, which is far too heavy. But the fit and finish, the playability of the necks is great. In terms of quality, the Strat, again, is great. The neck, lovely satin feel on the neck, but not a bare wood feel, which I'm not as keen on, I have to be honest. I love the feel of a sort of really thin, worn in. It's kind of a light lacquer, maybe sanded. So this has that really smooth, not sticky at all, really playable, rounded fretboard edges, no sharp fret ends that I could tell when playing at all. Yeah, really, really smooth. No fret noise either. Stayed in tune. Fine, lovely weight to it as well. This is, just under £7.5, which is absolutely fine, right in that ballpark. I'd want a Strat to be around 7, no heavier than 7.5. So great, works fine for me. The finish of the body, I think I mentioned earlier in the video, it feels similar to what Epiphone have done on their Inspired By range. It's not a thick poly finish that you used to get. My favourite Strats that I've ever owned were two Japanese Strats. So I had one of those coveted JV Squires from '82, and the only reason I sold that was because of the vintage radius. But that was the loveliest feeling Strat I've ever played. But the body on it was really thick poly, and the matching, it was a 3-piece body, and the matching was terrible. I mean, you could see the two lines, and this was a Sunburst Strat made in Japan, '82, like the coveted JV line. So as that guitar was great, hardware pickups, feel of the neck, the body didn't look great, it looked cheap. It's crazy like how far things have come in the last 40 years, 30 or 40 years. Like the body on this standard is just really nice. It's really subtle, and I prefer plainer bodies anyway. So that was a surprise to me. One negative initially was the bridge was literally off the body like that. I took the back plate off and tightened the screws up, and once I'd done that and tuned it correctly, it was fine. And I didn't have to alter the action at all, again, which was a huge plus, considering this has come direct and it's not been set up or anything. So I'm assuming this is the first time the box has been opened since it left the factory, which is pretty amazing. But obviously that is a bit of a negative, the issue with the bridge. And considering Fender are aiming these guitars at beginners, you might not be comfortable doing that, unscrewing the back plate, messing with the screws and the springs if you don't know, if you've never done that before. Which means you're going to have to take it to your local tech, luthier in your area, local guitar shop. They could charge you 50 quid, £100 even. Might recommend a setup, even though it might not need one. You got to factor that in as well. And you got to add that to the price. $499 these are currently in the UK. It might be fine, you might be lucky, but considering they are aiming them at beginners, I think that's worth considering and pointing out that it might not be perfect and you might need to take it somewhere. So you got to factor that in. And you got to also think PRS SE Silver Sky's under £600 now, new in the UK, which is an absolute bargain. But what I will say is the Silver Sky does not have a rounded fretboard. This has a rounded fretboard. I've mentioned in a lot of my videos, I think I've mentioned in a lot of videos, the main thing and the first thing I look for in a guitar is feel, playability, and then after that is weight. So I'm not even that bothered about how a guitar looks, like within reason, let's be honest. As soon as I picked this out of the box and the rounded board and the more satin feel, I instantly liked it, and I knew I was going to like it, and it made me play better. And then I could feel the weight as well when I was playing, and I just thought, yeah, this is lovely, it's balanced, and you forget about the price then. Having now played the Strat and the Telly, I can't say enough positive things about this standard line, really. The quality of the Laurel the quality of the Laurel has improved dramatically. You know, I think they were using Pau Ferro, weren't they, on some a few years ago. It's much nicer than that. I mean, that's far too light. The Laurel they're using is a lot darker. The grain pattern's different to rosewood, you can tell that. But if you oil it, if you drop a bit of lemon oil on there, it's great, and you don't even notice. You're not thinking about it when you're playing. That's a step forward for me. The pickups are, you know, okay. They do the Strat thing, okay. They're just a bit meh. You know, they're not sparkly, they're not articulate. You really notice when you're playing clean, you can tell on the examples, like, you just want a little bit more sparkle and a little bit more life in them. You would get from high quality pickups in a more expensive Strat or any other S-Type, and that's what I would have to say compared to the SE Silver Sky. The pickups do let this guitar down. All in all, you know, feel of the guitar, excellent. Weight of the guitar, excellent. Look of the guitar, again, can't fault it. Fit and finish, again, great. Probably the issue with the bridge initially, you might have that, you might not. And the pickups, middling, you know, they do a job. Yeah, all in all, super impressed. So I'm going to try and pick up a Player 2 Strat next and see how that feels compared, because that's interesting to me, because you're probably talking £150 to £200 more for a Player 2. With the Telly, I thought the weight, the rosewood, and the pickups were definitely worth the upgrade to the Player 2 and just paying that little extra. So I'll be interested to see if that's the same with the Strat. So yeah, we'll check that out. Thank you again, everyone. You know, building a little community is really, really nice, and I've got to say it's great for my mental health as well. I won't go into like super details, but you know, putting these videos together is really helping me. So thank you for watching and commenting. If you can subscribe, that would be fantastic. I'm trying to do a weekly upload at the minute, and I'm managing that, which is great. So I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.